All right. Many students fail these questions in their final exams. Do you know what? They miss a certain concept. We shall get to know that at the end of the video. Let's dive into it. First question. The estimated cost of building a studio apartment was $64,000. It was made up of the cost of the labor, materials, and the contractor's charges in a given ratio 12 is to 15 is to 5, respectively. At the start of the construction, the cost of labor increased by R%, materials increased by 2R% due to inflation, but the contractor's charges remain the same. After the increase, the cost of labor was two-thirds the cost of material. Determine the value of R, B, the new cost of building the apartment. So let's unpack this question set and see how best we can solve this. Okay. So first, all right. So first, we are given what estimated amount that is for building the whole studio. So total estimated amount is what $64,000. All right, this is $64,000. But it has been broken into what the various items that the money will be used for. First, will be given to labor, materials, and contractors' charges. So first, we have labor here, and that is to what? Materials, and also we have the contractors' charges. Okay, so these are contractors' charges. The ratio given to us was 24, 32 is to 15 is to what? Is to 5. Okay. So first, for the given ratio, let's find what the total ratio. So for the total ratio, what are you going to get? Getting 12 plus 15 plus 5. This gives me the total ratio. 15 plus 5 here is 20 plus 12 is what? 32. So this is our total ratio. So let's look respectively how much was really apportioned or estimated for labor and that of materials, and the same time that of what? Contractors' charges. So for that of labor, we have, so let's see the charges for labor. So for labor, we have 12 over what? The total ratio, which is what? 32 times what? The total estimated amount, which is 64,000. That, okay. So with this, we are going to have what? This is 12 over 32 times our 64,000. But when we cancel this, you can see that 32 cancel itself 1, cancel 64, how many times? 2 times. So what is going to be left? 12 times 2 here is going to be 24. So you have 24,000. So it means that this is what? $24,000 apportioned for labor. Let's also look at what? Materials. So for the cost of materials, the ratio is 15. So 15 over the total ratio, which is 32. And this is times what? The 64,000. Okay. And with this, we can break this down by we have 12 over what? 32 times our $64,000. 12 returns of 1 into 64 2 times. So, okay, we see that this is 15, not 12. So we correct that over here. That is what is 15. Good. So this is going to be 15 times 2, 30. So we are left with what? 30,000. So it means that 30,000 was apportioned or estimated for our material. Let's also look out for the last one, which is what the contractors charges. How much did the contractors charge for the work? So their ratio as well over here is 5. So 5 over what? 5 over the total ratio times the total estimated amount apportioned. And this is going to be, you're having 5 over 32 times our 64 $24,000. Okay, and this is going to be, we know that 32 instead of 1 into here to give us 2. So this is just going to be left with what? $10,000. So it means that $10,000 was apportioned for contractors' charges. Okay. Now it has increased. Now let's see, at the start of the construction, the cost of labor increased by R%. So we have identified that the cost of labor increased by R%. So let's look at the new amount. So the new amount. So how are we going to determine the new amount? The cost of labor here just increased by what? Increased by R%. By here, the cost of labor that was initially apportioned was $24,000. So let's go into that of labor. So for labor, first we have what? $24,000. But it has increased by R%. When it increased by R%, what are we going to have? So it means that we're going to add this to what? The increment, which is 24,000 times what? R over 100. Okay. But why is this? Okay. First, let's identify that this is still just the same as, this is the same as what? 4,000 plus, okay, let's put it this way. 24,000 bracket 1 plus what? Our R%, which is R over 100. Okay. Now, we identify that since it has increased by R%, the total amount that is going to be apportioned finally for labor is going to be the initial amount plus the increment. What do I mean? Let's take, for example, if let's say you have $20, okay? You have $20, for example. So this is $20 that you have. And with using this for a certain business and it increased by what? Let's say 50%. If it increased by 50%, then that means that you're going to have 20 times our 50%. Okay. So let's see the final amount you're going to have. This is going to cancel. This is also cancel this. And this is going to be what? 10. So you're having 10. So this is the increment. Now we now have to add this new increment, $10 to what? Your initial amount. And this is going to be what? 20 plus what? $10, which is going to result in what? Finally $30. Okay, so we add what? The new increment to the initial amount to find what? Your full increment or the final amount you are now getting. And that is what we do over here. And we realize that for labor, what we are going to get finally is what? $24,000 plus our new increment, which is 24,000 plus times, the increment, okay? And this part is what? The R% multiplying the $24,000. So this is what we are going to get for our new cost for labor. Now, if you get that for labor, let's also look for that of material. So let's see for materials. From the question, materials increased by 2R%. So our materials increased by 2R%. What does that mean? If it increased by 2R%, it means I'm going to get, for materials is 30,000. So this is 30,000. So 30,000 plus what? Our 30,000 times 2R over 100. And that is just going to give you my 30,000 to bracket 1 plus 2R over 100. This is going to be the new amount for material. Let's look finally for that of the contractors charges or the contractors charge. Now, from the question, the contractors charge remain unchanged. So contractors charge remained the same. So nothing happened to it. So since it remained the same, my contractors charges remain $10,000. So here it is what? $10,000. So in all the same, you have to identify that the unit is in what? Dollars. Okay. Then from there, there's a relation. After the increase, the cost of labor was 2/3 the cost of materials. So after this new increment, we realize that the cost of labor, which is this one, was what? 2/3 that of the cost of the materials. So if we have over here, okay, let's move to, if we have over here the cost of materials, which is given to us by, okay, let's put it here. So we've been given the relation that the cost of materials has been increased, and that is going to be our, let's move into here. Okay, the labor here is 24,000 plus 1 plus. So this is just simple. 24,000 into bracket. Okay, this is plus into bracket 1 plus R on 100. And this is equal to 2/3. Okay, 2/3 the cost of what? The cost of the material. So let's see the relation rule. That is equal to 2/3. That is equal to 2/3. All right, 2/3 the cost of material. So it means that with this relation, we are saying that the cost of what? The cost of labor is now the same as what? 2/3 that of what? Material. So we have to identify that it's just like labor is equal to what? 2/3 that of what? Materials. That's all. That is what the question is saying. The labor now is equal to what? 2/3 that of material. So we now substitute the amount into them respectively. But what is the cost, the new price for what? Materials. 30,000 into bracket. This is what? 30,000 into bracket 1 plus 2R over 100. Okay, 1 plus 2R over 100. So we are going to now solve this and now find our R. Okay, let's see how best we can solve this. Now with this, we can see that our R here can cancel the 3,000 here. So our 3 here. So this is what we have, 24,000. This is 24,000 to bracket 1 plus R 100. This is equal to my 3 cancel is of 1, cancel here, 1 here. So I'm having 2 into bracket 1,000. So this is 10,000 into bracket 1 plus 2R over 100. Yeah, over 100. So what next do we have? Now with this, we know that the 2 can equally multiply what is here. Okay, then we can cancel out fully. So I'm having 24,000 into bracket 1 plus R on 100. 1 plus R on 100. This is equal to 20,000. This is equal to 20,000. 1 plus 2R over 100. Okay. Now we can see that what? We can see that over here, this is 20,000 and this is 24,000. So what can cancel over here? 4,000 can cancel quickly. All right. For you to simplify that, let's first divide through by 1,000. Okay. So let's first divide through by 1,000. So we divide through here by 1,000. Divide through here through by 1,000. That is 100 by 1,000. Okay. So what does that mean? The 3 here cancel the 3 zeros here. So you're left with 24 into bracket 1 plus R on 100. This is equal to 20 into bracket 1 plus 2R over 100. Okay. And what does this mean? This means that this is 24 and 20. We can still cross out, right? We can still cancel out. And here, 4 can cancel both sides. So let's still divide through by 4. Divide through by 4. 4 into 24 is 6 times. So 6, 1 plus R over 100. This is equal to what? 4 into here is 5 times. 1 plus 2R over 100. 1 plus 2R over 100. Okay. Now here we can still do some simple multiplication here. We can divide here to let 2 cancel the 100. All right. But let's first find a way of getting rid of our denominators. So we expand this bracket. We are having 6 plus 6R over 100. This is equal to 5. plus what? This is 10R. This is 10R over 10R because 5 multiplying 2R, you get 10R over 100. So let's multiply all the sides by what? 100, all right? So we multiply each side by 100. This is 6 plus 6R over 100. This is equal to 100. 5 plus what? 10R, 100, okay? Okay, let's see what that is going to give us. So this is going to finally give us, this is 600. The 100 here will cancel this. So we are having what? 600 plus 6R. This is going to give you what? This is 500. 500 and the 100 here will cancel plus 10R plus 10R. Okay. And what is this? Let's group like terms. So we have 600 minus 500. This is equal to 10R minus what? 6R. And what is this? This is what? 100 is equal to what? 4R. Divide through by 4. Then our R is going to be 25. So it means that finally our R that was hidden is now found. So our R is what? 25. Okay, now we have solved one part of the question. That is that we have found that the R is 25. Now let's put it back to get the new respective prices. For the new price for that of labor is what? 24,001 over R over 100. So let's put the 100 or our 25 back into the R. That is going to give us, okay? That is going to give us, okay? Take this guys away. Okay. So we are going to see that for our labor is what? 24,000 into bracket 1 plus what? 25 over 100. And let's simplify that. 25 over 100 is the same as 1 on 4. So this is 24,000 into bracket 1 plus 4. Sorry, 1 on 4. So this is going to be 1 on 4. All right. Let's simplify that and see what that is. That just means that we are having 24,000 plus, now 1 on 4 times this, plus we are just having 24,000 times 1 on 4, right? So 4 cancels itself 1. 4 into 24 is 6 times. So here is 6,000. So we are having 24,000 plus 6,000. All right. And what is this? This is going to give us what? This is going to give us 30,000. So it means that the new amount for labor is 30,000. Let's proceed to find out of materials. So for materials, what are we having? We are going to have 30,000. All right, this is 30,000 into bracket 1 plus 2R, but the 2R is 25 all over 100. Okay, and what is this? This is the same as 30,000 into bracket 1 plus what? 50 over 100. 50 over 100. Okay, so this is simple, the same as 30,000 into bracket 1. This 0 cancel this 0. This is 5 over 10. This is the same as 1 over 2 plus 1 over 2. So 1 plus 1 over 2. This is just the same as what? But first, I want us to visualize it this way. So this is just the same as what? We are just going to have a 1 plus. Okay, so this is a 3 over 2, right? This is 30,000 into bracket 3 over 2. Okay, now 2 cancel itself 1. 3 into 30 is 15. Now 15 times 3 is 45. So this is 45,000. So we are having 45,000 over 45,000. So it means that the cost of the materials is actually $45,000. Okay. Now let's now find the total amount, the new cost for building the studio. And that is going to be what? The new cost for materials plus the new cost of our labor plus that for the contractor's charges. Okay, plus the contractor's charges. Now we identify that of the materials is what we got. Like first for labor we had 30,000, so 30,000 plus that of the materials, which is what 45,000. But we know that what the cost of the contractor's charge remain unchanged. So this is also plus what? Plus 10,000. Okay. That is also plus $10,000. So if you do all that, you should be able to get what? This is going to be 30, 45, is 75 plus 10, 85. So total, we are going to, this is 85,000. $35,000. So this is 85,000. So you say that therefore the new cost for building the studio, is what? How many dollars? Is 85,000. All right. Do you want to solve the next questions? Okay. They are in the next video.